Prompt engineering job postings have surged tremendously, and salaries often reach six figures, with top roles exceeding 200K. Yet most people still think it's just talking to a chatbot. Let's change that right now. A bad prompt. Write a report about sales. A good prompt? Write a 300-word quarterly sales report for Q2 2024 summarizing revenue trends, top clients, and key challenges using bullet points. Same model, wildly different results. That's the power of precision. Prompt engineering is often called the new coding, shifting the focus from writing logic to designing context. Instead of programming logic in Python, you're designing context and constraints that guide an AI to reason, fetch data, and act. No compiler needed. LinkedIn data shows a massive surge in generative AI job mentions. The market isn't waiting. It's hiring aggressively for prompt engineering skills right now. A well-engineered prompt isn't a vague question. It has 4 layers: a role assignment, explicit task boundaries, format constraints, and ideally, a couple of examples. This checklist turns decent into production-ready. Prompt engineers today work across a whole ecosystem: OpenAI's GPT-4o, Anthropic's Claude, Google's Gemini, IBM Granite, and open-source models like Llama and Mistral. Knowing how to switch between them and tweak prompts for each is a baseline skill. One professional iterated on a customer support chatbot's prompts and improved the resolution rate by a substantial double-digit percentage, a tangible metric that looks incredible on a resume. Employers want to see this exact kind of impact. Chatbots are just the entry point. The real money, and the most exciting work, is in taking prompt engineering into automated workflows. Start by building a simple Zapier automation that feeds a prompt to OpenAI and posts the result to Slack. That single project will teach you the model. In an automated pipeline, a trigger, like a new support ticket, feeds data into a carefully engineered prompt template. The AI model API processes it, and a response is generated automatically. The prompt engineer designed the template once. The system runs it thousands of times. You can build this with direct API calls to OpenAI, Anthropic, or Gemini. But there are also no-code and low-code layers like Zapier, Make, or LangChain that let you orchestrate these prompts visually. Even IT pros without deep coding experience can set up automated AI pipelines using them. Here's a content pipeline running fully on prompts. An RSS feed triggers a summary prompt, which feeds a drafting prompt, which feeds a fact-checking prompt, and the result lands in a CMS, all without a human touching the right button. The prompt engineer's job is to design each stage so quality stays high. If you're aiming for the higher-paying automation roles, blend language skills with technical know-how. Solid writing, understanding model parameters, working with embeddings and logs, and comfortably calling an API. You don't need to be a machine learning researcher, but you can't be afraid of a terminal. Prompt engineers aren't locked in one department. Marketing, CX, RevOps, and product teams all hire them. Your role changes dramatically depending on where you sit, from creative content to building AI-powered product features. So pick the area that excites you most. Do you need to code? For creative content or UX-focused prompt roles, no, your primary tools are language and psychology. But for AI workflow engineer or LLM engineer positions, you'll need Python, APIs, and RAG pipelines. The highest compensation sits on the technical side, but there is a legitimate no-code entry ramp. Current data shows salaries range from 6 figures at entry level to well over 200K at senior levels. That's not side hustle money, that's full-blown career money. Employers in 2026 won't hire you because you understand prompts. They hire because you've built something that works. A tiny portfolio with one automated document summarizer or a smart Q&A bot will put you ahead of 90% of applicants. Look for structured prompt engineering courses on platforms like Coursera. Check free guides from major AI providers like Google's Introduction to Large Language Models. Spin up a Google Colab notebook and start calling the OpenAI API with different system prompts. Great prompt engineering also means you understand AI's limits. Models hallucinate, amplify bias, and can leak sensitive data if you're not careful. Treat your prompts like production code. Test them, version them, and always review the output before it reaches a customer. The role is already evolving. By late 2026, the best prompt engineers are rebranding as context designers, people who structure entire AI environments, not just single requests. Design a multi-step prompt chain in LangChain to see how context flows across calls. That's the core muscle for the context architect role. If you start building that systems thinking muscle now, you'll be ahead of the curve when the name changes. Prompt engineering is not a fad. It's a durable professional skill that bridges human intention and machine execution. If you want a clear path to start or level up, grab our free IT career roadmap, linked below, and pick one automation mini project you can build this week. The market is wide open. Go build something.